Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Thunder on MRL Broadcasting. Tonight we bring you action from the ARCA series from Bristol, the last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby. I'm your host, Snake, and I've got with me tonight Smokin' Joe, the producer, and my tag team partner, Fast Louie himself, Steve Lewis, folks. And we're going to bring you all the short track action in the ever-popular Friday Night Thunder series. Louie, how we doing, brother?
Doing great. We're here at Bristol. Last week it was Kentucky, so I guess it's Tobacco Road we're running down.
Yeah, we're taking a tour of the South, and the hallowed grounds here at Bristol. It breeds some great short track racing. It breeds some short tempers, and there'll be a lot of bumping and banging. So really looking forward to what we're going to see happen tonight. It's going to be more of a daytime into evening race, not the typical day-night transition. Air temperature, we have 80 degrees, making a nice 86-degree track temperature. Slight humidity, partly cloudy, ever gentle breeze won't affect much. So, Louis, the question is, is it who do you have your eyes on tonight? Who's going to be up front?
Anybody in the starting field, to be honest with you. I mean, there's going to be comers and goers because of the pit strategies that guys are going to have. New tires make such a difference here on these short tracks, so it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see what we have unfold, and we'll take a look at our points after last week at Kentucky, and we have got our schedule there. We'll take a look at that while we have it up. Kentucky last week, Bristol tonight. We're going to be going to Darlington next week. So it's a lot of kind of technical tracks, drivers kind of tracks before we get to like a speed palace such as Michigan, and then later on Atlanta. So Louis, it's a nice variety of tracks, a little bit of a grinder of a regular season schedule before we hit those playoffs.
Yes, it is, and it's tracks that I think that you could attack in these ARCA cars. So it's definitely going to be interesting as we move forward here in the season, for sure.
So still early in the season. It'll be our third race tonight after we had a banger of a battle at Daytona and then an incredible finish last week at Kentucky. Alex Hillman is your series points leader. Andrew Davis with a 4-point behind there, so Andrew Davis looking to move up there. John Beverly's in third as well, showing strength early. Michael Mata there, and he's going to be in right there behind him, and Buddy Solly's going to be in fifth. Steve Lewis ever consistent in sixth. David Owens in seventh. You got Matt Novella, the series wins leader there, in eighth, and Jax Duvall, he's in ninth place with Matthew Fritz rounding out the top 10. So pretty interesting stand-ins there. I'm going to see if we can get Joe to kind of chime in there. And despite it being early in the season, any kind of trends or anything that really catches your eye with these standings?
Yeah, there's not really too much that's going on. The one thing that I would note is that, of course, missing a race is going to be a huge, huge letdown in the points. Andrew Bolander lost the most spots last week, missing the race. He fell from 3rd to 22nd. And, it could just change like that so quickly for these guys. Look at those double-digit gainers. Duvall won last week, gained 13 spots. Kevin Kyle was the biggest mover, up 16. Gambrell moved up 13. Clausen moved up 12. So a lot of double-digit gainers and a lot of double-digit losers. So at least in the first 4 or 5 races, I would expect to see that to continue just like it did last season.
Yeah, it's absolutely a schedule that rewards perfect attendance, making every point matter. So, even if you say start and park or just run a few laps and have some bad luck, it's better than not showing up at all. But we do know that life gets in the way, so anytime these drivers are available to race, they're always welcome, and we have a great time covering them. So that's a look at the point standings after the first 2 races are in the books. We have Bristol on for tonight. So, we'll take a look at practice here, see if some of the fast guys are laying down in terms of times, Louie, and maybe we can see if there's an early favorite or somebody that might be at the top of your prediction list. Okay, so after an abbreviated practice session, Steve Lewis on the pole, the fastest time in practice, I should say. Joseph Volpus always fast everywhere we go. He's got second there. Matt Novella third fastest in practice. And then here comes some of our heavy hitters. You have Justin Parham right there in fourth, always in the towards the front when we cover these races. Alex Hillman, been fast all season. Tommy Fox, very consistent, put down some really good times in practice. As you see, Kenneth Redinger ran a very similar time along with Buddy Solly there. So David Owens and newcomer Eric Gambrell round out the top 10. Louis, who sticks out at you in practice there? Steve Lewis on top with the fast lap.
Well, since Louis doesn't have an opinion, I guess
Steve
I'll add
Lewis
mine.
He's lost for words, Joe.
I guess I'll add my opinion. So Eric Gambrell, he's not been around that long still getting used to iRacing everything. Top 10 in practice for him, so that's a really good job by him. The one thing that I would note is the top two there, Lewis and Volpus, their lap times were put down very early in the session. So I would take those with a grain of salt just because of how little track rubber there was on this concrete surface at that point, and how much that really does change how this track drives.
Yeah, so after some laps are put down, you're going to expect all the marbles up towards the top, so it might be a little treacherous trying to run that high line as we go on board and take a look with Kenneth Redinger. He's putting down a good qualifying effort, having the fourth fastest time in practice. We'll see what that 24 machine in the 99 Halloween costume can do.
See where it puts him. Third place on the board currently there, see.
So Kenneth Redinger, another one of those guys that very fast, very consistent each week in and week out in all the series that he races in. So it's no surprise that he has some good speed and good pace with this qualifying effort.
No, not
Look at
at
that.
all.
He was able to bump it up to second right there. So let's see what the 99 of Justin Parham can do. Parham's always up towards in that top five, battling for leads and, getting laps led, racing for wins. No stranger to the front.
No, but looks like maybe a stranger to the front tonight in qualifying. Not really a good first lap from him. That's very unconventional. Let's see if he's able to pick it up here on lap 2.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get those tires warmed up and really give it a go. As you see, sixth is much better. Still not quite pole speed, but really good front of the pack pace. Go on board with rookie Zach Clausen in the 83. Currently 12th on that first lap around that 83 machine. Looking pretty slick out there. Let's see what he can do. Looks like 12th is the best he'll get out of that effort. And then we'll go on board with the other rookie, Eric Gambrell, in the 46th. He's been showing a burst of speed, contending for that win last week at Kentucky, Joe. So I expect a really strong effort out of him today.
Yeah, I think he probably wanted to, if he could redo that last lap, he would. Just didn't make the right moves in order to hold on to the win at the end there over Duval. Some lessons learned, though, from him, so we'll see if he's able to translate that into something here tonight at Bristol, his home racetrack.
Yeah, so, a native of the region, so this track is very special to him, so I know a win tonight would be really a celebration for him. So currently 9th on that qualifying effort, and the second lap looking not as fast or faster, so currently 9th. So he's in the top 10. That's pretty good to grid up. Plenty of room to work.
Yeah, we're going to wait here just a couple seconds, see if anybody else comes out onto the track. But, I think it's looking pretty easy to call who our pole sitter for tonight is.
Yeah, so, we'll get those results posted up, and look what we have here. Tommy Fox. Tommy Fox putting down the heater, the 14.886. So, Tommy, we always see him in the top 10, finishing consistently, showing a lot of speed at Bristol. He's going to lead the charge. Andrew Davis, another Friday night familiar face. He qualified second, so he'll be outside P1. Steve Lewis inside P2. Kenneth Redinger, we saw earlier, be outside. Matthew Fritz rounds out your top 5, and then Justin Parham, Jay Stinson, all your notable fast guys. Lucas Alves with 7th place, a great 8th place, a great qualifying effort. Eric Gambrill, we saw, finishing 9th. Alex Hillman will round out the top 10.
Looking through the rest of the field, on row number 6, we see 2 series veterans, league veterans actually for that matter as well. Joe Volpus and David Owen starting 11th and 12th. Behind them, we got a newbie right behind them, Zach Clausen, rookie of the series, starting in 13th, alongside winner at Talladega last season, Jack Sanders. Behind them, in row number 8, we see Hunter Hall starting alongside Zane Oliver, newbie to the series. Starting on the row behind them, you got John Beverly starting in 17th alongside David Brenner. Look for those guys to see if they can fight their way through the field here tonight. And then everybody else did not put down a lap time there, so a very interesting strategy from these guys for Bristol. Jonathan Casebier, Michael Mata, Daniel Plant-Smith, Buddy Sully, Matt Novella, and Brandon Garand. It looks like that is going to round out your field here for tonight. 24 drivers going to grid up and get going here in just a few seconds.
Perhaps those drivers that didn't lay down a qualifying time think maybe there'll be some early chaos, want to stay well behind everything and kind of play the long strategy. Be curious to see, as you can get roughly 85 to 90, 93 laps out of a fuel run here, and tire degradation is going to be the big topic, so we'll see how these tires work. We've noted in the past, Joe, that the General Tire, seems to wear really well. It's just not getting them too hot. Once you get them heated, then you've kind of made your bed. So be really curious to see how that plays out tonight.
Yeah, and you know what else? You can see that track temp is starting to drop as the sun sets a little bit here. Like you said at the start there of practice, we were at 80 degrees air temp. Now we're down to 77. That wind has also dropped down from that 6 miles an hour. It looks like hovering between 2 and 4 now. So track is just going to keep getting cooler and cooler as the night goes on.
So if you can just relay that to the surface itself, concrete versus asphalt, what are the differences there? What do you want in air and track temperatures, concrete versus asphalt?
Yeah, so of course what usually happens with these kind of tracks is the concrete, in order for it to, really grip up properly, it doesn't really work the same sometimes as the asphalt. At least that's how it feels on iRacing. If it gets too cold, then the grip just isn't there the way it needs to be. So there is more of a finicky, optimal tire temp, track temp range for concrete versus asphalt. We see it, just in other races this week. Just on Thursday night in the Thursday Florida Truck Series, the track was really cold, but Kentucky was asphalt, so the grip was very high. This track here tonight, with the track being around where it is temperature-wise, we'll see if the grip's able to be there as well.
So very interesting to note. We'll see how that will apply to tonight's race. As the lights are off the pace car, we will be going green for our main feature from Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. It's round 3 of Friday Night Thunder ARCA Series on MRL Broadcasting. Tommy Fox leads him on the inside. Andrew Davis gets a great jump on the outside. He'll be leading him up high through 1 and 2. Tommy Fox recovers in the 0-0, gets the advantage, exiting 2 down the backstretch. Steve Lewis there inside, and Kenneth Redinger on the outside in P4. As you see, Tommy Fox and Andrew Davis having a nice little battle for lap 1. Tommy Fox going to get credit for the lap led. Andrew Davis is going to settle in a second. And look at Steve Lewis rounds out your top 3.
Yeah, and then it looks like some number stuff going on here. Kenneth Redinger not showing in the right car number. We got double 99s in 4th and 5th right now battling each other, Parham Redinger. That's the first battle on the track right now, side-by-side racing, as it looks like Redinger's going to pull ahead here. If we go a little further back, I think we got some battling going on around that 10th place right now. Right behind David Owens, you see that Zane Oliver outside of Eric Gambrill, right outside the top 10. Gambrel didn't really get a good jump there, lost 3 spots already off the rip. So he's struggling just a little bit here at the start of this race. So is the 33 though. Do you see how high he got to
33 hit the wall there, had a little contact. Foreigner was telling me about double vision, seeing those 99s, and the next thing you know, the 33 making contact with the wall on lap 4. Now lap 5 of our 200 lap main feature from Bristol. So you know, we'll see if that's affected his car any, but it looks like he's been able to settle down and fall in line as you see David Brenner taking a peek on the outside. Tommy Fox with a 5-car advantage heading into the turn over Andrew Davis in the 37. So everybody's just kind of getting settled in, willing to follow each other in line, it seems, kind of play nice at the moment. I'm looking forward to really seeing how these tires come into play. Is Tommy going a little hard on his stuff, or is he just taking advantage of that clean air, that fresh advantage out front?
Yeah, we're going to really find out. You know, drifting up that little bit in the corners doesn't really suggest that he's doing the greatest at saving the tires right now. You really want to be hooking that bottom with the way this track is in order to get the best grip out of it. And you can see behind him, Andrew Davis looks like he might be that lane up right now as well. It might be, oh, well, now he's going back down to the bottom. So I think he learned a little something there, that it's a little too early in the run to really consider using the second lane. That it's just going to burn up those tires. At the start there, see, we actually had somebody start from the pits, believe it or not. I don't know. A very bold strategy from Michael Mata here, who started from the pits and is already a lap down due to it.
So Michael Mata playing the long game here, perhaps, Joe. You know, with short track racing, it's anybody's guess how these things can start, because there's really not much room to work. As you see Daniel Plant-Smith get a little loose there in the 031, Beverly in the 77 up top there. Beverly having a little bit of trouble on the start. But Michael Mata, he's starting from the pits, and, you know, he's going to hope to stay within that lap down situation so he can get that lucky dog in the event of a caution.
Yeah, so looking at where he is on track, right behind Beverly and Plant-Smith, that's about half a lap down. So he's already almost an extra half lap down as it is. So he really needs to get his hustle on in case there's not a caution for a while.
So Beverly using his stuff on the high side there, not following directions and staying on the bottom like everybody else. Look at that contact with David Owens and Jack Sanders up high in the 25. Yeah, it's starting to get the elbows out a little bit, boys.
Yeah, it looks like we got a hot battle going on here for 9th place as well. You got Sanders, Owens, Gambrel, Vulpes all under a blanket here. David Brenner looks like he's going to try and join the party here in a few laps as well.
Yeah, you see Vulpes entering the picture there with Jack Sanders and David Owens in a tightly contested battle for that 9th position. David Owens not relenting to let it go, as he's going to go underneath and pull off the slide job and step in front. Let's see if Jack Sanders can return the favor here in 3 and 4. And it looks like he is not going to be able to carry that momentum down. And Eric Gambrel's going to get the momentum on the inside. Joe Vulpes is going to try to take a look as well. Jack Sanders bleeding a few positions there after battling with David Owens.
Yeah, I think he's just running too high on the track. You can see where he is here. Let's see if we can go on board with Jack Sanders just to show you. Watch, he's probably going to change his line as soon as I do this. So you can see he's just right up there. He's almost flirting with those marbles on the high side of the track. That's just way too high in order to get anything contributive done, even when you're side by side with somebody. So we'll see if now that he's back single. Yeah, he's going to go back to the bottom.
Yeah, that was exactly what Beverly was doing when we were watching that a few laps before. So it's not doing the tires any favor, not doing your long-term run any favor, and you're just falling in the standings at this point. So he's finally getting back in line, going to follow David Brenner there in the 22 machine and just kind of settle down there, cool off those tires, and just try to get in a rhythm.
Speaking
so
of the
David Brenner, another one.
There, look at how many spots he's moved up already.
So already 6 positions here within the first 20 laps of the start. So David Brenner's got places to be, and he's just doing it very methodically and quietly. Sadly, last week got caught up in an incident while trying to pit at Kentucky. So definitely looking to rebound here and have a strong performance tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see what really happens for his race. Right now he's kind of on his own though, so that's a good sign, right? In order to make it around the track without getting any incidents.
got a little clean air in front of him, doesn't have cars around him. He can just focus in on hitting his marks and taking care of his equipment. You got Vulpes in front of him and Jack Sanders behind at about equidistant. So you see Vulpes was actually able to make the move on Gambrel there. It saw out of frame. Alex Hillman in a little battle with Jay Stinson in the 60,
boy.
the 08 and the 60. Yeah, Hillman gets a little twitchy there, a little loose. So looks like Matthew Fritz taking a peek there, see if he can join the party. But Jay Stinson's showing a lot of speed getting by Hillman there.
Yeah, you know, that '08 car, of course, won. Budweiser won the first race of the season in, I guess, best word to use is interesting fashion, intriguing fashion.
Yeah, that was quite a super speedway race. I'll tell you what, I've not seen many like that before, and I don't know if we'll see something like that again, but Hillman victorious and your series points leader, the 08 there, looking like Matthew Fritz is taking a look and going to take a peek here. And, you know, Hillman, solid top 10 run thus far, but looks like he's struggling a little bit with the handle on the car.
Yeah, and looking at people that might be struggling a little bit, right ahead of them, Steve Lewis just dropped 2 spots from 3rd to 5th. Redinger and Parham both got around him. And look, there's lap traffic now going on. Tommy Fox starting to lap some people. It looks like he got around John Beverly there, and it looks like the lap traffic either slowed him up a little bit. I don't know if maybe he got caught in the wrong spot, or if maybe he's starting to slow. I think Andrew Davis might have found something.
I think so. I think Beverly held up Fox for about a lap or so and then realized that it just wasn't the best decision. Lets Tommy Fox go by. And with that, I think Andrew Davis has been just running his laps nice and smooth, and he's definitely taken advantage of that. And look at that up there. That's really good avoidance as the 33 there running high. He's being lapped as well.
Hard. I think
having a real rough go of it.
Yeah, he's struggling with his tires, and he's getting. You can see he's just flirting with those marbles every corner. That's just not a good thing.
Just running one of the worst lines possible, but what can you do when there's traffic and you're trying to let the leaders go by? So it's just the worst case scenario and one of the nightmares of short track racing. See Andrew Davis getting racy with Redinger on the bottom, 37 in the 99 going at it, and there's Davis.
Yep, there he is.
Contact, can't go in those marbles.
Got in those marbles, got in the wall. Looks like somebody may have slowed, and I think we actually are about to...
There's a car coming down to the pits right there. So it looks like the 57 of Grand is going to park it. So I think he made some contact with the wall, and there was some wheel damage involved, and just decided it was best to park it. So 57 out of the race, lap 34 of 200 in tonight's main feature from Bristol Motor Speedway. Tommy Fox, your current leader in the double lot. You have Kenneth Redinger, the 24 that's actually looking like a 99 Zaxby's machine in second, and the actual 99 of the Bojangles Justin Parham machine round out your top 3 tonight. So we'll try to keep everything straight and up to date for you folks tonight. So I know we're getting that 99 confusion going on.
Yeah, and looking at the lap times, Steve Lewis just dropped another spot. I don't think he's really up to pace with these front guys right now. Yeah, you can see, well, actually that last lap was pretty good, about half a tenth off. So I don't know if maybe he's just having a little bit of trouble on being consistent, or what's going on with him, because he's dropped way off these top 3, and then he's fallen back to 5th and now back to 6th. So I'm not really sure if he's struggling or what.
I don't know, but do we have Fast Louie to talk about it? Do we have him to give some insight?
Yeah, I'm here. The tires just got hot, and I got behind some light traffic, and we'll be all right.
Look at this battle from the lead. Welcome back, Fast Louie, as the 24 of Redinger and the 00 of Tommy Fox are going for the lead here. Kenneth Redinger taking a peek. We might have a change of lead here on lap 39. Check it out. Justin Parham taking a little look, and Kenneth Redinger is now your new leader at Bristol on Friday Night Thunder.
Yeah, these guys saved some tires. Sorry, Joe, but I think they were saving at the start because they came on strong at the middle of this run for sure.
Justin Parham getting by the 00 as well, Louie. You seem to be onto something there. The 24 and the 99 maybe taking it a little patiently, methodically, just waiting for the leaders to kind of, set the pace and use up their stuff. And then it looks like they were looking to make their move, and Tommy Fox down to third currently as Kenneth Redinger is
Oh,
your
we
new
got a
leader, but
wreck.
the yellow is out. As you see carnage on the front stretch by the inside wall, brings out our first caution of the night. You see Lucas Alves involved, and see Zach Clausen involved, as well as the 33 of that Oliver involved as well, and 83 comes back up on the track threatening cars. Hey, a little scary out there, our first caution of the night.
Yeah, we'll see what will happen there. Looks like Zane Oliver had to tow, potentially. Yeah,
Looks
he's
like
on
Zane
pit
Oliver
road.
towed. So, he was having a little bit of trouble before, and now it's become worse, and we're under caution for the first time tonight. And we'll take a look here as the replay is showing. Well, the 83 decided to get out of that three wide scenario, ends up getting loose and contact with the 33. 115, nowhere to go. Ride on board with Zach Clausen. What are you seeing, Louie?
Everything happens so fast here at Bristol. And every little mistake is magnified 10 times here at Bristol. But I don't know. I'm going to let Joe decipher this one.
I mean, it's really tough. I mean, you look and see. It looks like the 83 is very, very tight here. You can see how much he's just cranking that wheel. And then it looks like he's trying to make a move to get to the inside of the 33, and it's just not turning. Probably would have benefited from lifting a little to get to the inside of him. Especially, it looked like there's that little bit of twitch. Maybe he got a little loose, got that tight loose going on with how much he was turning the wheel.
Like, yeah, snap loose a little bit. And while all that was going on, our leaders, the 24 and the 99, come in for service. So very interesting here as the 24 of Redinger and the 99 of Parham come in for a little bit of splash and dash.
That's kind of shocked that they pitted right there, to be honest with you, but it could be the right call.
Could absolutely be. Beverly, the 77, your lucky dog after that result of that caution. He's just letting the field go by to, as per iRacing's procedure. Started 17th, so hopefully he figures something out, and he's netted one position since the start of the race, and we'll monitor his progress along with Michael Mata's progress. Michael Mata, who is already a lap down to start the race, will remain a lap down, so he will have to be a lucky dog candidate for next potential caution of the race. So with that, the pace car is off. Tommy Fox, your leader, once again. Andrew Davis, your outside P, once again. And we're off, and Tommy Fox gets a great start on lap 46 of 200 on Friday Night Thunder. Andrew Davis settles down to the bottom for second. And then up top there, David Owens. David Owens fighting for second on the outside.
He's got the high side turning hard and fast. He's got the speed coming off the high side.
I'm impressed with Tommy Fox's performance so far. He's got a hot rod tonight, guys, but look at David Owens. He's coming.
So look at that. Look at that already. Coming up through the field. You got Parham already making moves up to 5th. I think he wants to get back up front as soon as possible, not wasting any time. Even though he only took fuel, he's going to start using those tires now to get that track position back.
Look at Justin Parham just ripping it up top. He's meaning business as he's trying to get around the 88 of Steve Lewis.
No.
Gets it a little high, kisses the wall. Is going to bleed another position to the 46 of Gambrell. Kenneth Redinger side by side now. So your P1 and P2 before the caution now side by side on lap 50 of 200. We're a quarter of the way through on Friday Night Thunder, Louie.
And guys are starting to get racy right here, looks like.
Yeah, look at Parham and Redinger side by side. That's a great battle going on.
Oh, boy. They got really close to the 46 there.
Really close to nicking the 46 there. The Bucky's machine of Gambrell is side by side with Parham. And Redinger right behind, Steve Lewis in front of it. We got a little hornet's nest right here.
Yeah, it looks like it's being held up by this side-by-side battle between the 37. Oh, the
Andrew
37's
Davis
in the
trouble
wall.
in the wall. We saw that earlier tonight, Joe. You know, the 37 flirting, getting a little too high in the marbles, and it kisses the wall yet again. So hopefully that car's okay after the contact with the wall.
Yeah, you know, this track's looking a lot like a dirt track almost, like where those marbles are at the top, jumping the cushion pretty much. is a good way to describe getting up there too far pretty much here tonight. And you can see just how dirty it is up there. Look at that, the 08 just bounced off the wall hard because of it.
Alex Hillman struggling with that wall once again, still hasn't figured out the handle on the car. I don't think we've heard the last or seen the last from him, but he definitely has his hands full thus far tonight, as Buddy Solly in the 21 taking a little peek. And Buddy Solly having a nice quiet race tonight as well, trying to stay out of the big one and all the troubles. You see Lock up there, Fritz and Volpus. It gets a little sketchy down there. You don't want to go below that yellow line or else you introduce a lot of problems at Bristol.
I think the 46 and the 60 might have made a little bit of contact there, and it jammed everybody up on back. So you can see there's a big gap now from the 60 back to the 46, and then everybody else over 4 seconds behind the race leader of Tommy Fox, who seems to be checking out here on David Owens and company.
I think there was a little bit of communication over the radio between the 46 and the 60 there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as we progress. But you're right, the 00 of Tommy Fox has checked out. Look at his 2.5 second advantage over David Owens. He's just flying out there. I think he's hit his groove, and I think he's really settled down into this run. So 52 laps led. He's essentially dominated this race tonight. Once we got going, only been challenged by Justin Parham and Kenneth Redinger, so we'll see if those two can get back up in the field and make a threat again before we have to pit. And what's that in the wall? We saw a car in the wall right there.
And more and more that we run this race, or the guys are going around the track, more marbles is going to be on the high side, the deeper, and the lower that's going to get on the track.
I think Zach Clausen with some problems there, had to wall ride it a little bit, as you see, struggling with the handle, a little battle with the 115 and the 77 as well. As you see contact, the 83 gets in the ass of the 77 and spins out, bringing out the caution.
Wow.
Caution again, second time tonight on lap 62 of 200. The 83 makes contact with the 77, inducing a self-spin by the 83.
We got to see this one live, but here you go again, just to get a, oh my goodness.
So 77 does check up. The 83, not realizing the closing rate, absolutely makes contact.
The 83 just toe there? 83 towed there, see?
So the 83 has the toe, unable to go around the track.
Very, very interesting there. Not really sure what happened.
I'm not either.
So it looks like a little grip issue with the 77 and the 83 with nowhere to go. And we have some takers on pit road, the 37.
Yep, you got Davis. Oh, wait, hold on. So it looks like we may have had... So this is one of those weird things about this track there, see? The way that they catch the pace car now because of the new iRacing update, it looks like some of those guys towards the back were able to get down pit road the first time it was open. So now you see the leaders are coming down the second time. So you see Tommy Fox leading a lot of guys down. So this might really shake up that running order. So it looks like Joe Volpus stayed out, as well as Jack Sanders. But Andrew Davis might cycle up to third because he pitted on the first lap. So and yeah. So he's going to come out in third. Hillman in fourth and Novella in fifth out of all this. And then the guys that actually pitted David Owens will be like on the second time around, David Owens will be the first one out of pit road. So a little confusing just because of what's going on with this track here tonight and with the new update and how the pace car catches and when they open pit road. So some interesting things going on with iRacing.
Yeah,
Interesting indeed.
I think he jumped like 14 positions by doing that.
And he got all his damage fixed.
Yeah, and all his damage fixed. What a call.
Little one-stop shopping. So, perhaps more will catch on to that. Take note and use that for future races at Bristol. So with all that being said, guys, Joe Volpus will inherit this race lead. Jack Sanders in the 25 will be outside P1. Andrew Davis is going to be in row 2 on the inside. Alex Hillman moves up a few slots. He'll be outside row 2. So really, really exciting restart about to happen, guys. I think these guys are going to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a different group of drivers at the front.
And Vulpes was shot out of a cannon, gets a great restart, as does the 37 behind him, as they are going to clear the outside row on the restart of lap 66 of lap 200 tonight. Jack Sanders on the high side there, kind of struggling a little bit, trying to get up to speed, losing a couple positions to Matt Novella and Daniel Smith.
Oh, we got a crash.
And we got ourselves a little crash. That's the 21 of Buddy Solly involved, guys.
Let's go back and see what happened.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, right on board here. It looks like there was a little bit of assistance involved. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes folks like to give a helping hand. In this case, I think it did a little more harm than help.
Yeah, I think what happened there is just a closing rate plus. Let's see where Buddy. I think Buddy was trying to check up for the 22. I think a little bit. Didn't really judge where he was on the track as well as he maybe should have. Ken Redinger, of course, trying to make some moves here as well, being uber aggressive, try and gain a lot of that track position back. And it just resulted in that.
Was the 22, I'm just curious, was he on new tires? Was he one of them that took tires there?
We can take a look. The 22.
I don't think that he did, but...
Find him. David Brenner, it looks like he did take tires here on lap 63.
David Brenner with some freshies there.
I don't think tires matter that much, Louis. I think that's what we're going to learn here, especially in the first few laps when there's all this all the cold tire stuff going on. I think that's what we saw there.
Yeah.
You might be on to something.
You're right.
Absolutely. So Joe Vulpes led a handful of laps thus far. You know, he's looking to pick up where he left off last season, but he wants to get that championship this time around. Came up just short last season, so he's definitely poised to make every race count this season and climb his way to be champion. So it starts with races like Bristol tonight, Louis. You're going to have a guy like Andrew Davis on the outside who's been very fast all night. He's kind of been in a groove, very smooth with his corner entry and exit. And then Matt Novella. Matt Novella, no stranger to the front as well. And Daniel Plant-Smith on his outside. Another fast driver that knows how to get his way to the front. It's going to get really spicy. So what's the 13 got to do, Louis?
He's got to get out front, get a good restart here, and take advantage of that clean air.
So pace car leading him around, and you got to get shot out of that cannon, indeed. Pace car bounces off. We're going to go back green once again. Joe Vulpes taking him to the restart zone. Joe Vulpes gets a great restart. Matt Novella trying to follow behind him. Andrew Davis on the outside. Looks like the 56 is going to clear the 37, and now the 37 recovers on his outside as Joe Vulpes is starting to get away. So, Louis, you're right that getting that great restart is going to pay dividends right now.
Yeah, I think so. And clean air as well, because I know dirty air was just terrible to fight with.
Yeah, we saw with Tommy Fox all those laps. You know, you get out front and then you get a little drive, and you can basically just pave your own way there. And Joe Vulpes starting to get challenged by the 37. The Cracker Barrel machine has rebounded. We got ourselves a little battle for the lead. Davis will go on the outside. Vulpes defends the inside. Vulpes is going to have the advantage as we go down the straight. And Andrew Davis taking a nice approach on the outside. Will he be able to clear? Volpe is going to try to rebound side by side on exit, and the 37 does get the advantage heading into the corner. So Andrew Davis, your new leader tonight on Friday Night Thunder.
Yeah, this is just an example of, sorry Louis, this is just an example of new versus old tires right here. Andrew Davis, one of the guys that took tires. You can see Daniel Plant-Smith, I don't think he's taken tires yet in this race. So he's doing really good to be this good on his first set. Volpe is still on his first set as well. Sanders is on a new set of tires right now, as well as Novella. Actually, I think Novella just fixed damage the last time he pitted. So I think 3 of the top 5 still on their first set.
So a lot of drivers still with their original set of tires. Tire wear not that much of a factor in their opinion, and it shows with their ability to stay up front. But Andrew Davis does have an advantage, a 2-second advantage over Daniel Plant-Smith. So Andrew Davis enjoying the benefits of that clean air like Tommy Fox did before him.
Yeah, those new tires too. We'll have to see. He's going to have to run these tires quite long, I believe. But
I think I'm in agreement with you as we see a little battle here. They're getting a little dicey.
Oh, Hunter Hall stopped on the track.
Hunter Hall stopped on the track. It brings out caution once again tonight on Friday Night Thunder.
what happened to Hunter to make him?
We'll have to take a look at the replay. It brings out our caution once more. So, you know, some of these caution laps helping out these guys also that are still on that original set of tires. I'll go on board with the replay here, see what happened.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Maybe a technical difficulty or something going on here would be my assumption.
Yeah, that's about the best way I can figure it. Just something must have happened or malfunctioned, and unfortunately, you know, the contact with the inside wall, and that can really ruin your day. So that's rather unfortunate. Hunter, a regular on Monday nights as well, always very competitive, very fast. So just hate to see that kind of stuff happen, guys.
Yep, and here we go again, guys pitting. Looks like Alex Hillman, Buddy Sully, Lucas Alves, and Michael Mata all got down that first time around. Let's see if anybody pits the second time here as we come out of 4 down the front stretch. Let's see if anybody peels off here in turn 1.
So we'll take a look. Be interesting to see. Obviously, Davis is not going to give up track position. Neither is Smith and the guys behind them. You know, track position really precious here. A chance to get to the lead and get some of that clean air is big here at Bristol. And you know, these guys here are no strangers to the front week in and week out.
Doesn't look like anybody else committed to pitting. So looking at the guys there, the first one that came out of pit road on that cycle is Alex Hillman. So he's now in 16th position. We'll see what he's able to do.
Do you think we can pull up a race recap and kind of see what we've got going on up to now?
Yeah.
So after 85 laps tonight, your current leader is Andrew Davis. We've had 4 changes for the lead. Tommy Fox has led the most laps. We saw Justin Parham there for a few laps, very racy, very fast. We saw Joe Volpe also have the lead for a handful of laps there. So, you know, some real good battles for the lead, some familiar faces up front. What do you guys expect to see this next segment of the race as the pace car pulls off? We'll hold that thought for a moment. Andrew Davis gets a great restart out of a cannon there as he's going to easily go through 1 and 2 and clear the bottom. Daniel Plant-Smith looking to take him on the back stretch, and then he's going to take another look inside there, but he's just going to tuck inside. Andrew Davis is going to be your leader here, lap 87 of 200 on Friday Night Thunder. And I don't know about you fellas,
I've really been impressed
what are you guys looking to see?
impressed with Daniel Plant Smith being able to stay up there if he hadn't taken tires as of yet.
And I think that was the consensus. I still believe
Yeah.
he's on his original set of tires. So that's very impressive. He's managed his equipment, taking care of the car tonight, and he's just riding right behind the leader. So he's got himself in a great position. And you look behind him, there's Justin Parham for third there, trying to battle with Jack Sanders. He's going to clear the 25. Justin Parham's coming, guys.
Yes, he is. And just to get back to that, track position is mattering so much. Andrew Davis, we saw him run up front early. Now he's leading the race. He's led 16, coming to 17 laps right here. The guy that dominated the first segment of this race, Tommy Fox, he's mired back in 12th place right now under a lot of pressure from Michael Mata, Steve Lewis, with the Davids, Owens, and Brenner right in front of him. And remember, he led pretty much that whole first 60-lap run. So he's struggling a lot now that he's in traffic. So track position, clean air matter a lot here tonight, guys.
Yeah, led over a quarter of the race laps for tonight's main feature, and mired in traffic, having his hands full as Mata in the 61 looks inside for the position. And look at the battle behind them with Eric Gambrell and Steve Lewis. You know, it's everywhere you look, it's side by side. It's incredible to watch as the 61 is still battling with the 00. David Owens is able to get away a little bit. David Owens tail whips the wall, as does Steve Lewis, so Alex Hillman had to look with caution as they were navigating those corners, guys.
A lot of battling going on here in the mid-pack, but also a lot of battling going on up towards the front here in the top 5. Jack Sanders starting to be under pressure from Kenneth Redinger, Jay Stinson, Joe Volpus under pressure from Matthew Fritz. Just behind them. So these guys are now battling pretty much all throughout the field, just little bit by little bit. And then you go back up front, Justin Parham, he's gotten around Daniel Plant Smith, and look at that, he's just about 4 or 5 car lengths behind that 37 car for the lead.
So Justin Parham lurking, he's closing the gap, he's inching ever closely to the 37. We're going to have ourselves a battle for the lead here shortly as Parham closes in ever so much each turn. Daniel Plant Smith kind of fading a little, but still managing the gap in third on those original tires. The 99 is looking to go where the 37 is not, to set up this pass. So guys, where do you think he's going to take him? As you see, the 37 is looking to protect the bottom here. I think the 99 might have to just go outside.
Yeah, I don't know whether Andrew was just running his race to stay ahead of him and wasn't really driving the car hard, but he knows that he's coming now, so.
It looks like they've been able to kind of, even the gap there, even pull away a little bit. The 37 notices that the 99 was getting a little too close for comfort, so Davis picks up the pace, continues to lead as we're halfway home on lap 100 now, 101 of 200. The trends I've noticed so far is that you get out in front and, you know, you can really break away as the 83 goes a lap down to the 37, and the 99 trying to take a little bit of an advantage there, but 37 not really slowed down by the lap traffic.
No, and it looks like Parham, though, is starting to gain it on his own. Look at that center speed. His cornering speed is just so much better in the center right now. I don't know if that's Parham pushing harder or if that's just better on the tires to this point. Maybe Parham have a little something in the tank here. We do know how much he loves the ARCA car, so maybe, and concrete tracks as well.
Taking a look.
Yeah, we saw how good he was at Dover. There you go, to the lead.
Davis gets a little high into the marvels. The 99 was pressing it a little bit, and it gave a mirror full of 99 Bojangles behind that 37, and Justin Parham able to make the move for the lead. Justin Parham, who led laps tonight, now regains the lead on lap 105.
Yeah, Andrew done the smart thing. I think that it just let him go, and he said, go ahead, you burn up your tires. I'm going to stay right here.
I think so. Andrew took tires earlier, and it looks like Parham, had that splash and dash earlier. I believe Parham's on newer tires, and You know, he's gaining that advantage being out front. He's trying to drive away now.
Do we
So
know how
so
many fresher tires he has, Joe?
so they're on the same tires.
Wow.
So you know, when will the pit window open? Do you think for some of these guys?
So looking at the way the race has been going, with tires and fuel, of course, I would assume the pit window is going to open if people really want to try and make it to the end, probably in about 5 to 10 laps for some guys that haven't pitted in a while. Some guys may go 20, 30, 40, mattering on the last time they pitted here.
Well, in that case, why don't we get a nice crank it up in before that happens, and then since we missed it on lap 12, let's go for lap 112 for Mr. Puckett, guys. And we're back in action from Bristol tonight, lap 121 of our 200-lap main feature from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's the ARCA Friday Night Thunder Series, round 3. It's been very exciting tonight, Louis, Joe. You know, Justin Parham, your current race leader, led a few laps earlier in the action, now asserting himself as the front runner here at Bristol tonight. So welcome back, guys. I mean, it's been real exciting short track racing.
Yeah, when we've got guys, it's on all kinds of different strategies here. We've got guys on 40 lap-o tires, guys on 120 lap-o tires, guys that just pitted.
See some guys coming into the pits right now. So some takers on pit road. I think they felt it's time, and they're on that alternate strategy, if you will. So it's real exciting to see what's going to happen. Vulpes there taking service. Look further in action, David Owens looks like he went for a fresh set of 4, so he's on new tires. We'll see what kind of advantage that will afford him to the rest of the field. So the pit road is very big here, guys. You have to go around both entrances, you got to take the full way around, so you lose a couple laps and just bleed time. It seems like forever when you're entering the pits.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult here. You can see Matt Novell coming down pit road this time. Right now, Owens, Volpus 17th, 18th, 3 laps down at this moment in the race. And you can see Matt Novell, he's got the first pit stop on the backstretch, actually. Very interesting to be on the backstretch. Looks like all by himself, maybe fortunately, have the whole pit side to himself. That must be pretty nice. He's going to go 3 laps down here as soon as this is all over, along with Owens and Volpus.
So it seems like an eternity because it's only 35 miles an hour all the way around, and these guys up there in the cereal bowl are just going round and round and round, and you just trying to get back into the action and stop the bleeding. So Justin Parham, still your race leader tonight on our main feature from the last great Coliseum. You see right there, he's just been clicking lap after lap, just managing his gap. So it's Justin Parham, no stranger to the front tonight, guys.
No, he's got a fast car and very good aggressive driver, and he likes his short tracks, so yeah.
Absolutely. So it just looks like he's running a real good clean line, good corner entry, good exit there. So really, really exciting to watch. And I think Beverly, the lap car there, he's just trying to look and watch, see if he can learn something there. And I think that's something too. When you watch these guys that are fast week in, week out, you try to study some of the things that they do, maybe to correct some of the things that you're doing wrong. And it's just a free lesson here from Parham. So Beverly on the fresh tires as well, going to try that alternate strategy that some of the other guys are doing.
Yeah, I don't know why there's certain guys that's staying out this long, like Lewis. I don't know why he's staying out so long.
Oh, no!
Oh, contact. Speaking of Steve Lewis, heavy contact with the 46 of Gambrell brings out our caution once more on lap 135 of 200 on Friday Night Thunder. Incredible contact. Steve Lewis trying to get that car turned around. You don't want to lose all that time. Scares David Owens and Joe Volpus there. Close call. Woo.
Yeah, very close call. But it's Bristol.
So, you got to try to get back going again.
Yeah.
So we'll try to find out what brought out that caution, what triggered the contact between those two.
Oh.
So we'll have Fast Louie give us his explanation.
It was up too high into the marbles, got really tight in that corner, as you can see. Gambrell comes in hot, and I come down a bit, and it's just Bristol.
Big boom boom right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's absolutely what you're talking about. Those marbles really mess you up down there. So you try to get out of those. They make the car a little squirrely. You try to correct it, and then you got somebody that's got a good run coming on corner exit, and as you see the contact, boom, 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 indeed.
Believe it or not, I was going to pit 2 more laps. So. And that caught a bunch of the guys pitted.
Yeah, so you're talking about David Owens and Joe Volpus and guys like that had pitted just a little bit prior to this incident. They're trapped a couple laps down.
Yeah.
So looking at the way this is shaping out, Andrew Davis did a good job once again being able to time when to come down pit road. He's going to inherit the lead of this race since he came down on the same lap as the guys right behind him, David Brenner, Alex Hillman. John Beverly was the lucky dog. It looks like he's not going to take an opportunity to pit here. Not a lot of fuel left in that car. I think he can go about another 25 laps or so. So he'll be the, looks like the last car on the lead lap. Looks like he'll be 11th because 12th and 13th, I believe, are taking the wave around here.
I think he's thinking cautions may breed cautions, trying to get a little greedy here. We'll see if it pans out for the 77 back on the lead lap, threatening a top 10. Uh, you know, Andrew Davis, he led some laps earlier, looked really good out there. Justin Parham got close, but wasn't quite able to get there until eventually they did battle, and Parham was able to get the lead. So we'll see if anything's been learned here. We'll see what he's got. So the pace car is pulled off once more. We go back green. Andrew Davis gets a great start, lap 140 of 200 from Bristol.
Some new players right behind him. Look at this, David Brenner for the first time tonight, up in second place, up 16 spots from where he started. 18th to second currently for him. Alex Hillman, he's making an appearance in the top 3 right now as well. Almost had a chance to win 2 in a row to start the season. Maybe looking to make it 2 out of 3 here this week. Jack Sanders once again up front as well. And then you get the guys that were running up front. Justin Parham, he's in 5th. Right behind him, look at Buddy Sully making up the most spots here tonight along with Brenner. 22nd to 6th. What a run from him, see.
I'm telling you, Buddy Solly looking really good. He was just quiet, kind of lurking there, staying on the lead lap, and I think he's decided that it's time to go there and get to the front. Very impressed by the 22 of David Brenner tonight. Second place, David Brenner looking really racy in that 22, and just been keeping the car clean, staying away from the incidents. The incidents have not found him. He's in second place right now, and Alex Hillman looks like he's got a little bit of recovery on the handle of that race car, able to retain third place right now. The 08, the points series points leader, in third place. So Jack Sanders, great run. Looking to see him try to get a nice top 5 tonight. He's having a great run. And Justin Parham, you know, he's led a lot of laps tonight, and he's itching to get back up front.
You can see it right there. He's led 34 of the laps so far. However, of course, the guy that's led the most, I believe, is still actually Tommy Fox. You can see Davis up to 39. Tommy Fox still led the most laps. He's still mired back in traffic, back in 10th place right now. Louis, do you really do you think this is just that byproduct that we were talking about earlier? All that dirty air, and it's just so much different than dirty versus clean air.
Yeah, and it's so hard to get around traffic here. I'd say Tommy's just probably laying back and not being too aggressive. So, even though he's got a really, really fast car tonight.
So it looks like these guys are kind of settled into place here a little bit. Going to race it out a little bit, try to keep it green here, as we've had a couple cautions in this latest segment of the race. So this might play into a great final green run tonight, guys, and we'll see how that plays into any remaining pit strategy, as Andrew Davis is getting a little pressure from David Brenner.
It's Bristol. There's no way this is going green.
So there's your breaking news, folks.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to go green, but you never know. You never know. That's why we got to race the laps.
Well, you know what I can tell you guys is we're now in the final quarter of the race, so business is going to start picking up here from what we've seen already today.
So, you know, with that being said, Davis looking really good. I don't know if he'll have to pit anymore tonight. David Brenner looking really racy. Very impressed with him up there.
He's had a quiet, clean race tonight for sure.
Yeah, just putting it together. It's that's how you want him. You know, that's.
Yeah, in some laps he looks faster than Davis, and others, you know, they're just going back and forth right now.
So just managing the gap, but as we're fixated on that, it looks like Justin Parham has entered the picture in third, guys. He's gotten by Sanders and Redinger and Hillman. So Justin Parham mounting the charge.
You need to pick up those lap times a little bit, though, right, Louis? Look at that last lap. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. It flipped around that lap. Never mind.
That must have been a lap.
He's just missed his marks on the last one, but it looks like he's gotten back into the groove, and I think he's just inching closer and closer. He's got it pretty figured out tonight.
Yeah, but how much tire is he going to use up trying to get to him, though? That's
Well, he's got a couple. He's got a just about a second and a half to make up. So as he's clicking away, he's getting closer and closer to the 22. 22 is kind of falling back about 5 car lengths to the 37. So Parham inching ever closer. He's going to make it interesting here shortly.
That's just
Yes, he
running
is.
faster lap after faster lap. Now, do you think that's going to change, Louis, when he gets on his back bumper, or do you think he's going to be able to make this pass easy with this 10th and a half advantage?
I think he's going to make it pass myself.
David Brenner, not an easy
Gonna find
pass
a way
at
to
any
get
track you
underneath.
go to.
No, he's not.
He plays great defense, so David Brenner not making it easy. Parham looks outside. Having a great battle side by side. Brenner unrelenting on the bottom.
We just saw the residual effects of there not being a caution. The gamble did not pay off for John Beverly here tonight.
But the 77 has to pull off while an amazing battle for second place was going on beside him. The 77, Greedy, got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, thought there'd be another caution, and now he's going to go multiple laps down what could have been a top 10 performance. That's probably gonna hurt him in the points.
Oh,
So look at
For the
this
lead.
battle for the lead. Look at this. Parham looking inside. There's a lap car there. Watch out.
it's Michael Mata in front of them. We'll see if that's going to have any effect on Dirty Air, especially since he's running the bottom. Might be affecting Justin Parham making this pass. Look who else is coming
guys are
into that
side by
picture,
side.
Louis.
He's making his car tight. Yeah, here comes the 99.
Kenneth
24.
Redinger, the other,
Or the
the
24.
imposter 99,
Yeah.
the 24, Kenneth Redinger. He's going to make it look interesting here as he gets around David Brenner for third. Redinger is coming, guys, has great long run speed tonight as we saw him move up the field with Parham earlier. So look at this, guys. Mata's kind of controlling the airflow as Parham tucks behind the 37. Getting really interesting as the 61 gets out of the way there. The 37 goes underneath with the 99 trying to follow. Once they get clear of the 61, I think that battle's on. Redinger's coming, guys.
Look at this, Louis. Look at that. The 99 there. Parham's moving up that lane. I think he's trying to find a little bit extra speed, little momentum, try and set up this move on the 37 before it gets too late.
Yeah, he knows that if he could get close enough to him, he knows he could.
He gets by the 37, I think he can check out.
Yeah, but
Woo.
Yeah, the 99 is all over the 37, just looking where to make his move, where the opening may come from. Redinger right behind them. It's a 3-car breakaway.
Andrew's doing a good job of holding the low line and protecting it.
Yeah, Davis staunchly battling and fighting to hold the bottom, guys. I think that's a big secret here. You want to be able to wrap the bottom, as we see that really the bottom's working really well tonight.
And that.
Comes Redinger.
Here comes Redinger. He said, yeah, you can't get it done. Let me get a crack at it. Look at Redinger side by side with Parham. Looks like Parham's going to win the battle there. Redinger is going to reshuffle the deck and give it another go.
I think Dave is starting to get a little bit of a gap here. Maybe a little bit of, yeah, look at that. I think the tires are starting to go off. Look at that, Parham in the wall.
Contact with the wall. Parham pushing the issue hard to get back to the front, and a little battle there with Redinger may have pushed those tires a little too far, guys.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. He was going to use them up, getting to him, and then trying to get around him.
So Kenneth Redinger inherits second place. He's going to try to mount the charge. Will Parham be able to kind of cool his tires off and recover? We'll have to wait and see, but the 37 has a healthy lead over the 24 currently.
Yeah, and you look further out throughout the field, you know, a little further back, you know, Alex Hillman doing a good job holding on to 4th place right now. You know, it looks like there might be some battling going on a little bit deeper in the field. Yeah, here we go. Look at this cluster.
Oh my goodness, guys, look at what I'm seeing over here. This is a gaggle of geese and then some. Buddy Solly on the bottom there. You see Matthew Fritz. Haven't really talked much about him tonight, guys. Usually we're talking about Fritzy being up in the front every race, so he's been kind of mired in that traffic tonight. We see you out there, Matthew. Looks like he's going to almost make contact with the wall there, too. It just gets rough up there in those marbles.
Yeah, right here, what you see going on is lap cars and lead lap cars battling each other. Matthew Fritz is going to be the benefactor of Buddy Sully being held up there. The 46 getting used as a pick. It looks like you just saw Beverly go by on his freshies. Look at that Novella going by. All these guys. Oh, Buddy almost took him out. He almost had enough of it, and it looks like it's going to cost him more than Gambrel.
So the 46 involved in a little bit of more trouble tonight as the 56 trying to navigate and get around. Matt Novella is still a contender tonight, wants to try to get up there, see if he can get some laps back, but I don't know if the caution's going to come out. These guys keep mixing it up. It may. We got 20 laps left. We're really tightening things up as Redinger really takes a look on the outside there, trying to set up something on the 37. Andrew Davis has been finding ways to just stay out in front of these guys. Look at Redinger on the outside. We'll take a look again on the outside as the 37 protects the bottom once more.
Yeah. Louis, you think he might be driving it a little bit too high to try and get more momentum? It's very, very interesting to see how up on the track he is. I don't know if he's getting a little too far up there. What do you think?
I believe that he is, but because he's wearing his tires more than Andrew's wearing his at this point. But he's just trying to get that momentum, that run off the high side, because Andrew ain't giving it the bottom, I don't think, unless he's
try to ramp it up there, just soft diamond it to try to get a better angle at the front and the back stretch. It is hurting the tires, I think, too, guys, as you see him backing off the 37 couple car lengths now.
Yeah, he just clipped the wall. Just trying.
So that's the price. It's a very small window of opportunity if you're going to play with that high line, I think, as we saw Parham suffer before him and other drivers trying to drive on the outside, and they just fall like a boat anchor tonight. The bottom has really been where the action's at. Andrew Davis has been a master playing defense there as he's fought off multiple contenders as he gets by the lap car of David Owens. So Andrew Davis with 14 laps to go, guys. He's looking really good. He's got a nice advantage over Redinger currently.
Yeah, and you can see there he's now led the most laps. 80 laps led there, C, coming to 81 this time. 6 different lead changes. I think that's what you're about to allude to. So Andrew Davis been the longest leader tonight. Tommy Fox, of course, led those 57 laps early on as well. That clean air, though, it's just been so dominant today.
Oh, it has. And we're almost inside 10 laps to go as the laps go quick here at Bristol, so.
Yeah, laps really counting down. He's gaining a great advantage, Louis. Yes. And exactly, Joe. Just once you get out into that clean air and you can build that little advantage, you can maintain your gap and you can basically drive the car and just slide it right in the pocket there and just hit your marks. And Davis is just pulling away at this point. Got a little battle going on over here. Hillman and trying to take a look at Parham there. So Alex Hillman trying to see if he can get into a podium position. That's what you do as a points leader. You try to have a solid day if you don't have the winning car. So Hillman's putting together a great late charge.
Almost put it in the wall pretty hard there. I think with the way they're running right now, with how tight the points are, Andrew Davis would take the points lead with the win, just because he's so close. Only 4-point difference. So Hillman's going to have to get up there and try and take the win away, I think, which he's going to need a caution to try and get that done at this point. Oh, boy.
So Alex Hillman trying to mount the charge. Little contact there. These boys are really getting after it. You see Jack Sanders.
Oh! That was scary.
So just really tight action going on, as you see. Just not a fun time up top there against the wall.
No, Parham's tires are cooked at this point. He's just trying to hold on.
Yeah,
It seemed like once he got in that
I,
dirty air of that lapped car and couldn't get around Davis, that was it for
I
him.
think I think these guys were banking on another caution as some have a set of tires left in the bank. 5 laps remaining from Bristol tonight. Tommy Fox, your early race leader. Andrew Davis, your current race leader. Got himself a healthy gap over the 24 of Kenneth Redinger. Alex Hillman passes Justin Parham for third. And Jay Stinson, J Daddy, in fifth tonight from Bristol.
Great run from all these guys up front. Davis, of course, leading. I really don't want to go through the field right now. Only 2 to go. So, a lot of stuff really going on here. Parham's just felt like a rock, though. It looks like he just lost another spot. I think he may have gone in the wall, fell to 5th. So Stinson up to 4th. As it looks like Davis is coming around to take the white flag. 1 to go.
White flag from Bristol on Friday Night Thunder, brought to you by MRL Broadcasting. The Friday Night Thunder ARCA Series, Andrew Davis, your leader. He's just got a set of corners to go, cruising the last great Coliseum. Andrew Davis, your winner at Bristol tonight on Friday Night Thunder.
What a performance.
Good job, Andrew.
That
Andrew
92
Davis
laps
getting
led. Let's go.
90, nearly half of the race led in laps. First race won on Friday Night Thunder, the 37 of Andrew Davis, your winner in the Cracker Barrel Chevrolet SS.
Burn it down.
I think while our boy's burning it down, I think we might be able to pull him
So there's
in
a
here.
little post-race chicanery going on as we see Andrew Davis there going to burn it on down, as Louis alluded to.
It's short track racing. It's Bristol. The guys are hot at the moment. And
Oh, you didn't
Some
say it right,
ARG
Louis.
heavy-
You didn't say it right. Oh, that's just short track racing.
yeah.
Yeah, so the heavy tempers flaring over the comms. So that'll have to be looked at post-race. But Andrew Davis, your winner tonight.
I'm happy for Andrew. He's a newcomer to the series, the iRacing series, but he's not a newcomer to MRL. But he goes back to the Heat 5 days, and
So, somebody that's been racing with us across multiple platforms for years. We know Andrew very well, Joe. We know him very well, Louis. And tonight's race winner, Andrew Big Baby Davis, joins us. Andrew, welcome. Good job on that victory tonight.
Andrew.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yes.
Oh,
So, Andrew, tonight's race winner, how does it feel to be in victory lane?
it feels good. those last 60 laps were intense in my part. I didn't think I was going to be able to hold off Parham and Redinger there, but controlling that bottom was the big thing. And the big thing too was the start of that run. I backed it way down in those first 2 runs to try to save a little bit, and I was able to. And me and Bristol, we don't get along. I've never had good races, and to come here and do what I did tonight still amazes me. And to do that while getting over having the flu all week is definitely a plus side too.
So the flu game gets the dub, leads the most laps tonight. An absolute command performance, as we did see you fight off first Justin Parham in that final segment of the race, and then Kenneth Redinger try to make an attempt. And we saw both of those drivers attempt to pass you on the outside as you were wrapping the bottom perfectly lap after lap. I mean, after 3 or 4 laps, those guys, it seemed like they had their tires cooked. So the bottom seemed to be where it was at tonight, as you alluded to. And just incredible racecraft and approach to get this victory tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was, and knowing Bristol and the high line usually being the line, I am surprised that the high line didn't play more effect, and I think it just has to do with the way these cars are a little bit tighter and the way that these tires are being. I think they're Hoosiers, so they can hold up a little bit more, and it was, and the clean air definitely was a big key to it, being able to wrap the bottom and have that clean air to keep that downforce on your car.
So I know Louie's been itching to ask you a couple questions, so I'm going to turn it over to him and see what he has.
Drew, I don't know which run it was, but it seemed like to me you were taking it easy on your tires and you seen Parm coming and you kind of got on it a little harder. Was that true, or was I just seeing things?
Nope, no, you were 100% true on that, because I knew from practice that if you didn't try to save your stuff, your tires would get eat up. And
Right,
when I saw that he got close to me, I tried to pull away, and then I noticed he was a little bit faster still. So what I did is, you saw when I let him by, is I
right,
fell in behind him and tried to learn a little bit and see how he was saving his stuff, and I used that for the last 60 lap run right there.
right.
And
Well, congratulations, buddy. I'm happy for you. I really am.
thank you. And
And
it was good to put the 37 back in victory lane, though. It was all the way back in the heat days for that one.
yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah.
There's hope. There's hope for us all. But if you want to give anybody that's watching a little info about you, how long have you been iRacing, and have you?
Wow. Well, this year would be, I think, come Christmas is going to be going on 2 years now,
Okay,
and I've just kind of stay. I've been staying away from the officials lately because it's a mess, and it's more along the leagues of league racing is where you get your best runs and your best
right.
finishes, your best racers, because they handle a little bit better than iRacing does, penalty wise and stuff like that. So, and
Well, we know
I
that
just,
you're a great racer because me and you've had some battles throughout our career, and I know you're a great racer, and everybody will know it too now. So,
oh yeah, I didn't think 3 races into being in the ARCA cars that it would happen. So,
and Joe, you got any questions for Andrew?
Yeah, well, first off, congrats. Congrats on getting the win here. Third start in the ARCA cars with us. This is a very tough series, of course. You know how stiff the competition is, especially from tonight. You know, battling with Redinger, Parham, and a few others as well. I know a couple of the fast guys had some trouble tonight as well. So, what's kind of your long-term strategy? You're off to a great start in the points. You know, you got the points lead now, 3 races in. What's kind of like your strategy long term going forward as you look through the rest of the season?
it's, consistency is going to real be the big thing. I know next weekend I unfortunately will miss next weekend, but after that coming back, it's really just going to be consistency, be in the right spot when playoffs come, and then when playoffs comes, it's time to perform and hopefully be there for when the championship comes around.
And
But
then looking,
it's baby steps.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So I know you're gonna miss Darlington next week. I know that's gonna be a fun one. I'm sure you're pretty disappointed you're gonna be missing.
Yeah,
That
I
that
do like
track is really fun
Darlington.
in these cars. Um, so I think the race after that, if my memory serves me correct, is Iowa. So new surface there, of course. Just got redone on iRacing with now all the patchwork and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how much experience you really have with the new versus the old. Are you expecting that to be a bit of a challenge now that it's a different surface?
It's a little bit, I think. Well, the last time that I raced it was in the next gen, and it wasn't a league race, and I did win. But these cars are oh, way different than the next gens. They're a lot more tighter. They're a lot more stable. So you see at Iowa with the next gens and the Xfinity's cars, you guys battle loose coming off of 4, loose coming off of 2. I think this one could be almost the same situation if you can control your car on the bottom, keep that clean air. I think it'll be hard to pass there.
All right, there we go. Back over to you, C.
Yeah, so Andrew, before we let you go, is there anybody out there you would like to thank or give a shout out to?
I just shout out to you guys for putting this league on. Shout out to anybody that's watching from my side of things. I don't know, being this late at night, usually everybody's sleeping, but thanks to you guys for putting this league together, broadcasting it, and showcasing all these drivers and their skills that they put forward here on Friday nights.
Well, we thank you for that and greatly appreciate it. And then thank you for racing in the series. So, your race winner tonight, race 3 of the ARCA Friday Night Thunder Series, Andrew Davis conquers the last great Coliseum at Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. Andrew Davis, your race winner. So, guys, as a result, Joe, you alluded to it. Andrew's going to be your current points leader for the series. By winning tonight, he's earned enough points to leapfrog Alex Hillman, who will slip to third, as Kenneth Redinger has a second place runner-up performance, able to leapfrog Alex. Gets that third place, so an interesting podium there, guys. You know, Davis fought off Redinger, he fought off Parham, you know, and those guys used their stuff. But Jay Stinson, fourth. A great finish from him. Parham slips down to fifth. Matthew Fritz recovers to a sixth-place finish. Buddy Solly, you know, we saw him mired around that stuff, guys. There's some chaos there later in the race. He's going to be seventh place. David Brenner, strong performance, running up there in second place for a while. He's going to have eighth tonight. Tommy Fox, after leading a quarter of the race, he's going to slide all the way back to ninth. He just got caught in that stuff, Joe and Louie, and you know he just couldn't get out of that traffic and get back to the front. Jack Sanders, a solid top 10 tonight in the 25 as well.
Yep, and looking through the rest of the field, Eric Gambrill got 11th out of today's race. 12th will go to Matt Novella. He's the first guy that got caught 2 laps down there from that late race caution there with 65 to go. Joe Volpus able to come in right behind him in 13th. Steve Lewis got 14th out of it all, also 2 laps down. David Owens fell an extra lap down there at the end, finishes 3 down in 15th. John Beverly went from being on the lead lap with a chance to finish in the top 10 to, unfortunately, losing 4 laps, having to make that extra pit stop, finishes 16th here tonight. Michael Mata will get 17th, 5 laps down. Not really the run he wanted, just started off the wrong way when he was on pit road, of course, there to start the race. Ended up a lap down before it even started. Lucas Alves, he saw him get involved in a lot of early incidents, put him many laps down, finishes 18th place tonight. Going through the rest of the field, 19th will go to Zach Clausen. He was able to finish the race, albeit 29 laps down. Behind him, Daniel Flansmith, first one out of the race tonight. 74 laps not completed from him. Hunter Hall, we saw his race end due to some sort of technical difficulties in 21st. Zane Oliver taken out early in one of those crashes, as well as Brandon Garand with some issues early on. Wish we could have seen more of that National Guard paint scheme there tonight from him. He gets 23rd. Jonathan Casabir, I don't know if he ever got that thing fired up to go out on the track. I think we had a bit of a situation with that car as well. So he 200 laps down, never gridded.
Here's to you, Sabir. So you see the finish tonight, guys. I think that's going to shake up the points situation a little bit. So after tonight's race, Andrew Davis, he not only wins the race, but he's now your series points leader. Alex Hillman will drop to second place, albeit 3 points below him. Buddy Solly, a big winner in this. He moves up 2 positions to third. He'll be 14 points back. Matthew Fritz, another big winner as well, as he moves up 6 positions from last week to this week. And John Beverly takes the slide after making a horrible strategy call. He'll be in 5th place. Steve Lewis, competitive, solid run again from Steve Lewis in that 88, moves up a position into 6th there, and Michael Mata, he's going to slide down 4, not the performance he was looking for tonight at Bristol either. Matt Novella gets trapped in that pit cycle, not able to fully recover tonight. He will remain in 8th. The 9th place is David Owens as he slides down a little bit after being trapped in that pit cycle as well. And Jack Sanders moves up a spot into 10th tonight.
Yeah, and once again, here we are talking about guys making big moves forward, big moves backwards. for different reasons. So tonight, the big movers, Tommy Fox, and Justin Parham up 9 spots apiece with their runs here tonight. Of course, Tommy got the pole, led the early portion of the race, a lot of it. And Justin Parham ran up front the whole night as well, got a top 5. So those guys both up 9 positions. You also see Brandon Garand moved up 8 spots here as well. Some guys up front, like you mentioned, Fritz, Kenneth Redinger, up 6 spots apiece. And then the guys that took a slide were the guys that weren't here. Jax Duvall lost the most, down 11 after winning last week. Kevin Kyle down 10 spots. Those guys taking the big slide. I think we're going to keep seeing that for a few more weeks until these points really start spreading out, especially since we take a look here, next week, like we were alluding to, we're at Darlington. So I think next week will probably be the last time we really see a lot of this huge shakeups. And I think by the time we get to Iowa and Michigan, we're going to start seeing where everybody's going to be shaping out for the season.
Yeah, so Darlington next week on the schedule. That's going to be really exciting as this regular season is going to hit its halfway mark next week. So the points will start to find their separation. We'll really start to see things shake out, as you said, Joe. But takeaways, I want to go over takeaways from tonight's race, and then I want to talk about Darlington before we get out of here. So I'll start with you, Louie. What did you see from tonight's race?
Chaos. No, I seen some drivers that we need to start looking at a little harder. I seen just tight competition week in and week out. There's a different leader. There's a different guy at the front. It's just tough each and every week.
Yeah, I'll pose the same thing to you, Joe. What did you see tonight?
Tonight was a complete opposite of what happened the first 2 weeks. And I think the irony of Bristol being the cleanest race of the 3 to start the season is pretty funny when you think about it, just on its own. What a great race! I think that's got to be an MRL league record for the fastest that we've ever completed 200 laps around Bristol in any series, with over 20 drivers. So congrats! Round of applause to everybody for making it a very, very clean race in respect to Bristol, of course. Only 5 cautions. And for the series, that's a great way to turn around after some chaos at Kentucky last week and at Daytona, of course, with the chaos that always happens at that track. Bristol, of all places, to get things turned around with some more clean racing, some more green flag running as well. Just the irony of that kind of stuff. Hopefully that kind of, momentum really starts to carry through. We're going to more technical tracks like Bristol for the next 2 weeks. Iowa, Darlington next week. Those 2 tracks are kind of like Bristol in its own sense of being technical, being tough on the tires. You got to really make your moves very methodically. So I think we're seeing the up and up, just like last season, get through those growing pains, and now we're getting to a point in the schedule where these guys are getting used to running with each other.
It's so yeah, exactly the takeaways that you would not likely see. So very clean short track racing tonight. And Louis, just like Joe said with Darlington and then Iowa, what are you seeing next week when the ARCA series heads to the Lady in Black?
Well, these cars are fun to drive it, and I seem to like Darlington all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there before, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it's still a technical track, and guys still need to mind their P's and Q's there, because if not, you'll get into the wall and run your race. So
Yeah, definitely look forward to next week at Darlington. Going to be a lot of fireworks. It's the track Too Tough to Tame, and we're going to present you with all the coverage. Guys, another banger of a race tonight, another great performance from a different driver, Andrew Davis, your winner tonight. So looking forward to continuing what's going on in this Friday night series, all the nonstop action. So can't wait for next week, guys.
I can't either, and I just want to thank you all again for having me. New to this kind of stuff. So it was fun. I had fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And I'd find a lot more fun if I'd ran better. Ran like I finished where I should have finished, but
well, we all would have won that race, but we've got to go for now. For Joe, the producer, for Fast Louie, I'm your host, Snake, and always remember, if you don't go fast, you'll get past.